in order to learn my camera settings, it was about shooting every day. Yeah, so we actually bought like an overstuffed sized teddy bear. And you're gonna laugh. But the stupid thing would go in the middle of the bed, and it was just playing with the camera settings. But we're gonna edit that out.
No, I'm starting with that, leading with that. That's the very first clip. I'm taking you guys on a field trip today. Where to? Somewhere exciting. Columbus. We're going to Columbus. So you may be asking yourself, well, what's in Columbus? Well, I don't really think anything's in Columbus. But I wanted to try something brand new for you guys. There are so many amazing boudoir photographers out there, and not all of them have the ability to share their information in the way that I've come to do on YouTube. So I decided I wanted to start like a photographer spotlight series. So Brian and Jennifer from Sheer Photography, they live way out east, northeast Ohio, and Columbus is in the middle. So they're gonna be our guinea pigs. All right, made to Columbus. Woo! Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so this is Brian and Jennifer. This is Brian and Jen from Sheer Photography. A lot of these guys don't know who you are, so give me a short little 2 minutes of who you are and how many shoots you do a month and why your clients book you and things like that.
So, like you said, we're from Youngstown, Ohio, small little town in northeast Ohio. Husband and wife photography team. We started our business up about 7 years ago. And made the full-time switch over to boudoir only about 4.5 years ago. On the average month, we try and limit ourselves to about 10 clients. Anything more than that, we feel like we just can't give the experience that a client expects from us. So we try and limit ourselves.
Why do you think your clients choose you over some other options?
I think one of the main reasons we have is because of her, to be honest with you. She's very present, or at least when we started up, she was very present on our Facebook page. And then when we started up like our women's only VIP group, she would be very transparent in there and vulnerable and relatable to the target audience that we had at the time with the moms and what they were going through and could relate to and stuff. And they kind of built a connection with her through our different social media pages.
I love that.
And now we just have fun, and girls just tell all their friends about how much fun it is. And
so it's a lot of referral based now.
Yes.
Much.
I would say probably 70% is referral.
So crazy. I found that with really established photographers that oftentimes you'll say, hey, well, where do you get your bookings from? They're like, I don't, like, just everybody knows somebody that I've already shot, which is really interesting because I think that's amazing, but it's not really helpful information to people who are just starting out.
Yeah.
So you said you did a lot with Facebook when you first started?
When we first started, I don't think we weren't on Instagram that much yet.
We didn't have a VIP group yet.
We had our business Facebook page, and then we slowly started to roll over to Instagram, and then we started our VIP group for women. But I would say, for those that have questions on how to get started, Instagram is huge for us.
When you say you spoke about vulnerability, or not about vulnerability, but that you were very vulnerable when you guys first started, in what way?
A lot of our clients are mothers, and we have a 7-year-old daughter together. So in the beginning, it was a lot about me relating to them and talking about mom struggles and just being open and honest about working a full-time job before we were doing this full-time.
Why is that an important thing to talk about? I think a lot of photographers feel like well, I need to work on my posing and I need to get my images better and I need to, have that on my website. And that's the most important thing. And it's scary to be vulnerable and it's scary to put yourself out there.
It's really scary.
Actually, at first she wouldn't even do them live. She
would.
would have to sit there for like 15 minutes before she could like get up the courage, and she would record them and then just post
And
the
then post
video.
that.
So you posted, you didn't just type things, but
No,
you would...
I would do a video.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I,
love
mean, they would
that.
actually see when she was talking. When you're typing, you can hide behind the keyboard, but when you're doing a video and they can see how something like affects you emotionally, and actually see like tears rolling down your face because of something that means that much to you, really builds a connection with somebody.
I love that.
I am just coming at you live at the studio today because I have a couple exciting things. But first, who would like a little studio tour? I'm in my little office / reveal area. And then the one video I did, the kid was sleeping. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this real quick. And then she came down right at the end, and I'm sitting there crying, and she's on my lap, and everybody's like,
Oh, man.
all the feels.
That's so cool. Yeah, I think the most important thing that we can do is connect with our clients and make them feel like they have a safe space. And, it's not about us having all the answers. It's about, us. It's like a camaraderie almost. Like we're here to help each other, and we're...
Yeah.
And it is, that's right, that vulnerability is difficult to share, to talk about. And as guys, I think for a lot of the guys who watch this channel and who follow me, they feel like, well, I'm not a woman, I don't have like a motherly sense, and I can't relate to women on that way, so, how do I do it? So I have, kind of my way in which I do it, but I'd love to hear, when you're trying to connect with these women, how do you, in what way do you...
Oh, wow.
Well, you're married to a
Oh,
woman.
I'm married to one, so I know how to relate. But I think it's... Oh, that's a good one. You got me on that one. I wasn't expecting that question.
That whole, I know exactly what you're going through, we can't really do, so you kind of have to come at it from a different angle.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I talk about, though, and whether it's with a prospective client or on a Facebook Live, is just my interaction with her. If you've got the significant other in your life, from her kind of the struggles that a woman has, whether it be in her self-confidence, or something of that nature. And I don't want to say I kind of use that, but having dealt with that, I know how to talk to a female while we're on the phone discussing, what she wants to do a shoot for, reasons behind it, what she's looking to get from it. And then I can relate personal stories from my life or from our life on why we got into this and what it's done for us and done for her and everything like that.
He is really good on the phone, like being very relatable. Like the first time I was like, who are you? That's good.
That's awesome. I think that's so true. I think sometimes we forget that we have moms and sisters and daughters in our lives, and so we see we want them to be happy and we want them to feel good about themselves. We want them all of these things, but you see it in the way that your significant other feels day to day, and from the past relationships that I've been in, sort of when somebody says, oh, I don't think, he would like that picture very much, or that's not one that I relate to. It's like, well, I can understand why you might feel that way, but know that the other people in your life view this way about you. And so
Absolutely.
I think that's really important for people to remember, that even, at least the guys, even if you're not a woman, doesn't mean that you can't bridge gaps and you can't find things to relate on. What are each of your kind of roles in the business? Because not a whole lot of photographers out there. I think boudoir photographers are husband and wife teams. I'm really curious to talk about, did you guys shoot weddings before this?
We did everything before this. Weddings,
Okay.
newborns, pets.
Okay, so I'm really curious about, because I think there's a lot of husband and wife wedding photography teams, but sort of transitioning that into boudoir and kind of whose role is what. I'm really curious to hear how the business side of things works for you guys.
When we first started, I tried to fire him because I thought that women wouldn't come to us if he was the photographer. But I'll be honest, I do not use the camera. I do not know how to do lighting. Like, that's not my strong point. That was his strong point. But starting out, I did try to fire him, but quickly found out that he's much better at that stuff. So he was hired back on.
Hired back.
The
And
first.
the way we handle it is like inquiries. I'll take care of all inquiries. That way, especially with being a husband and wife team, they're introduced to me right off the bat. I try and get everybody on the phone for quick chat before they book. That way I can start building a relationship with them because they see a lot of her on our social media. And then from there, we offer like consultations. She does the consultations, she does the editing, I do the shooting, she does the reveal, and then I'll do any emailing as well, just so it's kind of split up between us.
That's awesome.
But for the shooting part, I'm there the whole time as well, like helping them pose and interacting and just being fun the whole time.
That's so cool. I saw your Facebook Live on posing, and it was so cool to watch because I always shoot alone. It's just me there, and I'm kind of giving the instruction. And if I need to change anything or make adjustments, I just let them know. Okay, I'm going to go in and make this adjustment, and I'm giving them compliments as I go. Reassuring them. But it was so cool to see, from one side. Brian, you saying, setting up and this looks great. And then Jen, you sort of going in and making some adjustments. And that was just really cool to watch. That must be, for your clients, something very reassuring about having two different people, being able to give them compliments and validate them and raise them up. I love it. Okay, you guys ready for the next question? This timeout.
Oh, man, sweating here. You got me on the one. I know, right? Like the day I was blowing on you and fanning you off. It's your turn. Come and get me. Man.
You already spoke about limiting your sessions to 10.
Yeah, I just don't want it to have somebody feel like, all right, I called you, I did my shoot, I came back and saw him, you gave me my product, and now we're done. I mean, we build like relationships with these women that trust us to do this, and she's friends with a ton of them on Facebook. They message her all the time. They watch all of her lives, like with the makeup, like we were talking about. They comment on that stuff. So it's we want it to be more than just a photo shoot for people.
I have two kinds of clients. I have one that has like invited me to hang out at their beach house and go out on their boat, and then I have another that we do the photo shoot and they kind of hope that they never see me again.
Yeah.
Not in a negative way, but just like, okay, I came in, you saw me naked, and now I'm going to give these to my husband.
Now I'm going to give these to my husband.
If I don't see you at a cocktail party, that would be okay with me. In the process of booking someone, from maybe just before they send their first email, so whatever avenue that they find you guys, that they reach out to you guys, what are your tips from going from like just before they hit the okay, I want to send this person an email, to you guys saying, okay, we've got your date booked? What is
I love that part.
what are you what are you doing? How do you make them comfortable enough to message you? I, for instance, I put starting prices starts at $500, but you buy the picture separately. So if they want to know more, they kind of have to inquire. But it's also a reach out to us and tell me a little bit about what you're looking for. I don't have the book now, send an email. So what are your sort of tips for converting somebody on your website to?
We do the same thing. We've got the session starts at $149, products start at $449 for more information, and then we have the contact form that they fill out.
And so, what are they writing in that contact form? Are they able to type about their session? Is it
Yes. Oh, I didn't think this was okay. I forgot that was. So I thought we were just talking again because you had that. Okay, and then like you got all formal on me, and I was like, oh shit, he's like recording again. No, so when they do that, it's their name, their telephone number, and then typically people put in, I want to do this as a wedding gift to my husband on like.
It's usually pretty simple.
Yeah, it's real simple. Real simple.
Response to somebody who just says
For a program, and we have a canned response. hey, thank you so much for contacting us. Date and time to call you. This is our number, just so you know who's calling. For any questions that you have about concerning pricing, as well as tips for your shear experience, here's a link to our magazine. It has everything in it. That way, if they're not going to book, we never hear back from them again. If they see it and they're good with it, I think everybody's used that Alex Chalkley, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody uses her. Weeds out a lot of, and that's basically it.
So you have an Adobe Spark page
In there.
and then you've got, so it's like a lot of information.
Yep. We also have like set days and times that we shoot. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 or noon, so they know that going into it. If they're asking for a weekend, we're not available on the weekends.
So you guys are basically, if somebody takes the time to look at that and they've looked through your pricing, the chances of them booking once they reply with their phone number are
about 90%.
Yeah.
It's about 90%. If they send that second email back, I know that they're booking. We also put a link to the VIP.
What do you think? Because it wasn't always like that.
No.
What do you think is the biggest difference between where you used to be and booking maybe, let's say, 30 to 50% of the people who sent you a second email, and the people now who book you 90% of the time once they send you that second email?
Well, one is, I mean, obviously with anybody, there's a lot. One is like we're the go-to studio in the area.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that if you're talking shear, it's a brand. If you're going to shear, everybody knows that it's going to cost a little bit more. So if you're inquiring, if you saw like the posts that we do and you're in the VIP, I mean, if we run a special and the special still costing you $1,000, you know a special is not going to cost you $1,000. It's going to cost you more.
So you're assuming that whoever sends you an email has not just typed in a Google search and scrolled through. Sending you an email is either a part of your VIP group, follows you on Instagram, has at some point seen your posts, or somebody has. So you're pretty much working with only warm leads.
Yeah, I would say maybe like 5% of our people say I found you on Google. This is how I found you guys and booked you. It's not very many that find us on Google.
I'm about 70%.
And we're like page one, number one.
Yeah.
So
4 years ago when we started doing boudoir, like our main mission was for it to be a luxury experience.
Okay.
So in all of our wording, it was a luxury experience. It was a sheer experience. Like we used words that made it sound expensive.
Okay.
Even before we were expensive, we still made it sound
expensive. Your luxurious album,
and
these
all of our
thick
albums,
pages.
everything that we give our girls. I always told him I wanted to make it feel like Christmas for them when they come to pick up their stuff that they paid money for. I package it and make it all cute, and I like make it a whole ordeal about giving them their gifts.
I love that. And so that's, you know, when you think about that's what you wanted because that's how you wanted to be different, or because that's what you wanted just in terms of that's what you would want?
Both.
Okay.
I think one was different because Youngstown was heavily reliant on factories and steel. And so when all that left like 15, 20 years ago, all the money left with it. And I think the last time I looked, like the average household income was like $17,000 below the national average. So it's convincing women that it's okay to spend the money to do this, but then also if you're spending the money to do it, making sure that you get quality that goes with it as well, not a magazine style album that you can get from Shutterfly for 20 bucks.
Okay, so tell me, like on that topic, other than just the wording that you used, what other ways did you brand yourself as luxury?
Using like hashtag sheer beauty. So our girls feel included. Well, so we used like sheer family, like welcome to the sheer family. It was very inclusive, like a little club.
Okay.
That we would kind of invite them into. And
I was gonna say community, but but club is more exclusive.
Yeah.
Invite them into the tribe.
Because they want to be a part of. They want to be a part.
You want to be a part of something that everybody else is a part of.
Exactly.
Right.
Women want what women want.
what other women want or have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. And you said in the packaging that you guys did, that's kind of after you've booked with the. That's kind of after the client's already booked.
But that just word of mouth, when they have this gorgeous album and they're gonna have it for years to come, and they can show their girlfriends like, look at this amazing album. That
we used to give like T-shirts the day of the session in order to build it up. We don't do it anymore. Wasted expense. But we used to do T-shirts for people when they came in.
Then?
Yes.
It was, because we would also take a picture of that person in their shirt before they left with us, post it into the VIP. Hey, if we offered guys and girls, like we would have guy shirts, we would give you the shirt after you had the session. We would both take a selfie with you, post it into the VIP. Hey, we had an amazing time with Michael during his sexy shoot for his wife's wedding gift.
So sexy.
Yeah, but women, you know what? They want to feel sexy. You can take a cute picture with Snapchat.
Yeah.
But the one thing that is very hard for a lot of people and you can't do is that selfie. Everybody always says, my butt's so, there's just so much cottage cheese back there. Well, when you turn around to look, you're pushing your hips forward, you flatten your own butt out, you don't see that stuff. So, yeah.
Amen.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
No, that's what I.
You know what?
They're
That's
like,
what the one said the other day. And then we showed her butt, and she's like, you could just like see the change right away as soon as we showed her that first picture on the back of the camera. And then from there on out, like the rest of her session was golden because she had that confidence that she needed to have.
That's what I try and really convey, is that a lot of what I'm trying to do with my photography is put you in a scenario that you would normally be in. It's when you're trying to take a selfie or when you're trying to look in the mirror or whatever, that you're trying to look like it's a photograph from what you've seen in magazines, and that's what looks goofy or weird, you know? So for you to be, I did most recently a girl pulling her hair back into a ponytail. It's a beautiful shot, and she's like, man, I wish I could look like that all the time. I was like, you do.
But you do.
This is just, I just took the picture instead of, you know,
Instead of you having a phone like this.
Yeah, whatever it is. So we're just trying to recreate, we're trying to show you what it, you know, what it actually looks like with, you know, with a bonus with lighting and with a little bonus with posing. But sometimes it's turning off all of those switches that say, ooh, I'm supposed to look like this with my eyes, and I'm supposed to tilt my head like this, or whatever it is. You just, no, those are all wrong. Just look at me like you would look at a person.
Everybody, we tell somebody to turn their head, it's always this. And it's like, no, I don't want you to break your neck. Just turn your head a little bit towards the window. That's it.
Yeah. Let's see. I was told once, give somebody a reason to brag about you and then give them a way to do it.
Okay.
So you give them a good experience, but then a lot of people don't know, okay, how do I give them the ability to either share my brand name or talk to their friends about it in an easy way? You know, how do I, without feeling overbearing, how do I give them the ability to share and recommend other clients to me? So what are some things that you guys have done along those lines?
We've done a few things over the years. One being like the Sheer Beauty t-shirt, taking selfies with them and them being able to share a less sexy, just selfie, with all their girlfriends, and like, I just hung out with Jen and Brian at Sheer Photography and look at the cute shirt I got from it. We also do like pens in a little notebook. I don't even remember what it says, like "Hello Gorgeous" on the notebook. Real
cute.
thing.
I
know.
Cheesy. But the pens.
We like cheesy.
It's cheesy for us because we're in the industry.
We're in the
Hello
industry,
Gorgeous
yes.
all the time. But it's not. It's like weddings. Like if I see another mason jar, I'm going to jump off. You know.
I have like 24 mason jars in my garage if you want.
I don't
Actually,
need
like
to see
8
them.
dozen.
I don't need to see them.
I'll send you one as a gift.
But for a client, in a wedding, you know, she's only seen a couple things on Pinterest, and she wants that. She makes it feels to her like it's the only time she's ever experienced that. So.
Yeah. I do cheesy well.
Yeah. Excellent. What else do you give them that they can leave with?
So the one thing we try and do with all of our clients is we went out. Actually, we asked her mom for Christmas because she asked what we wanted, and we told her we wanted an old school style Polaroid camera.
Nice.
And what we'll do
a new version.
A new version of an old school camera. Yeah, the $20.
But the big one, not the little one.
Yeah.
But we'll pick one of our favorite poses that looks good on every client, and we'll know going into it. That way, as soon as I step out of the angle that I'm taking a picture of, She'll jump up with the Polaroid. That's the one kind of camera she does know how to use.
Not really.
Not really. Sometimes we do 2 or 3 takes. But we try and give them something to leave with, that when they're on that emotional high from their session, they have an actual picture to share with their girlfriends while they're out at lunch the next day or something like that.
And it's something
Brilliant.
small too that they can keep in their purse, because us women always have our purses.
That's
and you
so
can
great.
hide it from a spouse versus like a t-shirt. They're like, what can I wear? Where can I wear this without him like looking where sheer beauty is? But
I love that. I used to try and do the little accordion books, but it was like 10 images. It was a pain to order. You were giving so many images for such a small thing, so you couldn't charge much for it.
Yeah.
So I love that idea. Just here's $1. It cost me $1.50. Here's a Polaroid,
Done.
and people love that right now because everything's such a digital age to have something kind of vintage like that.
yep.
Awesome.
And it's that day.
It's that
The
day,
day
or-
of their shoot, they
That
get it.
day.
Even the thing we've done a couple of times too is just hook the camera up to the Wi-Fi on the phone, and it's all right. Show me which one was your favorite picture. Just send it over to the phone. Give it a little bit of an edit. Send it to them before they're even done scheduling their reveal date with her.
That's so great. I'm gonna start doing some of that.
I like your ideas, guys.
All right, is he taking notes?
Well, I got
got
the recording.
Oh, that's true.
Watch it.
I was kidding.
Is there anything that you can think of that that you feel is really important that isn't really touched on?
Believe it or not, the one thing that I would do first starting out, because I wanted, like, at first we thought we had to be the bright, pretty images, and then if you go and you look at our work, now we've switched over to that darker, moodier look. In order to learn my camera settings, it was about shooting every day in every different amount of light. That way when a client came, I wouldn't have to spend 5 minutes trying to figure out my camera settings, or how did I get this look this time but I can't get it this time. Yeah, so we actually bought like an overstuffed size teddy bear. And you're gonna laugh. But so we both worked full time. I told you could edit it out, but this is how I learned. We both worked full time. We both had a 2-year-old. There wasn't much time. I couldn't like call somebody and be like, hey, can you be at the studio in 5 minutes because I have 20 minutes to shoot. But the stupid thing would go in the middle of the bed, and it was just playing with the camera settings. But we're gonna edit that out.
No, I'm starting with that. I'm leading with that. That's the
Good.
very first clip.
Teddy bear.
So this is so what's funny about that. First of all, I think what you're speaking to, that's hilarious.
But it's shooting.
But it's shooting every single day,
it's shooting-
learning your craft, and not waiting for somebody to book you. And if you want to,
If you want to shoot, whether you do a model call, whether you invite a friend over, whether you put a post up on your page or whatever, you can never shoot enough, especially when you are first getting into it, trying to learn.
and that not only improves your skill. Maybe in your case, you can't share.
I can take a hell of a picture of a teddy bear.
But I found the more I shoot, even when it's for free, as far as marketing, what are you doing to market, like post more? Well, I don't have any clients, so I don't have anything to book. So find people to photograph, go out and shoot for free, and then post those images. People will see, wow, they're working, they must be busy, they must be successful, and then you'll start to get work that way.
The other thing we've done too is, I think a lot of times though, people are too worried about, I don't have a picture of a female to post. We would walk around the mall while we were out, and Forever 21 would come out with a new outfit, or you walk past the Body Change, or you walk past Victoria's Secrets and they've got the new clothing out. We would just snap a picture with our phone and be like, hey, who's booking their session with us next with this outfit? It doesn't always have to be
Your work.
Yeah.
well, I don't want to say it doesn't always have to be your work. I'm not going to post your pictures.
No.
But
It doesn't have to be
it
your
doesn't have to be-
portfolio.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like the inspiration for them coming in to do their shoot. Like, oh my gosh, I love that outfit. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, we actually booked sessions that way, just by posting something that from Victoria's Secrets. And then what that allows you to do too is, we walk into Victoria's Secrets now and it's like, oh my gosh, how are you guys doing? I follow your page all the time. I love seeing your work. I got to
That's
come out there one day.
That's great. Well, when I was first learning photography and I was really interested in it, I didn't know the difference between apertures and shutter speeds and stuff. So I would stay up late and just take pictures of like my computer and my mouse and my headboard and my I would set up my guitar. Just I'd put my guitar down and I'd shoot it from this angle and shoot it from that angle and from far away and from close and see how the image changed. You know, I think that's the thing is if you want to learn, really what you have to be doing is you have to be shooting and you have to be experiencing it. People come up with a lot of excuses on, I don't have a perfect space to shoot, I don't have a perfect person to shoot, I don't have a, you know, whatever, I don't have the right lens, I don't have a fancy camera yet. You know, whatever your excuses are, to learn and to improve, all you have to be doing is just doing it or something. This is what I recommend people do with video. When they're like, oh, but a boudoir shoot, like, you got kids, they're running around, you're just watching your kids run around, just take pictures of your kids running around. Take video of your kids running around, cut that to some music, and that's your practice. You know, then you can take those skills, now you understand your camera, now you understand the editing software, then go shoot your client. You know, whatever it is, just be doing it. So I love that idea of the teddy bear. I know which teddy bear you're talking about because I bought one.
You bought one too, and you did the same thing. You just won't admit to it right now.
It was kind of a mascot. I had my business shirts, and I put one of the shirts on the teddy bear, and he was there at the studio. But it was like 4.5 feet tall, and yeah.
Big teddy bear.
He shot the teddy bear.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much. What I want to do is just hear a little bit about. I'm gonna put your links where they are, but I know you guys have a Facebook education group.
It's always open, but it's only open for photographers. There are the questions to get in. If you don't have a link to like verifiable work, you don't get in. Like, we want to spend the time in investing it into people that want to do something with it, not just people that think they're going to see more boudoir images that you don't share anywhere else.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm for sure going to post that link because I really love, there are so many boudoir Facebook groups out there. It's kind of to keep track of.
Yeah.
And even though there are so many, there are really only a few that I actually follow. And you guys, the group that you've created has been one of those for me. I think it's super good information. I think the people in there are really invested in helping other people and not just sharing their work. Some of the groups are more ego-driven. Hey guys, look at this beautiful picture, and that's really all they want to contribute. So I really love the community that you guys have put together. So I'll link that for people to go check out if they're interested in learning more from you guys. That's a good place to go. Well, thank you guys so much. This is so great. I took a few things away. I know a lot of people are going to. So yeah, guys, definitely continue to check out their work, Instagram page. Check out that Facebook link. And we're actually gonna shoot now.
Yes, somebody's getting shot.
Yeah.
You ready?
Ready. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Guess I heard it all the same. But go ahead, amuse me. I need it now. I need it now. All them pretty words, always lame. You're trying to entice me, not going down. I got too much love for me. Got too much love for me.
And that's a wrap. I hope you guys really enjoyed this new segment. It is the first of many. I would love to hear from you. What did you think of Photographer Spotlight? What topics do you want us to cover? Who do you want to see me interview? I have a lot of traveling planned up over the next little bit, and one of the things that I want to do is interview a new photographer in every city that I am in. So let me know those things in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share, rewatch, post. Save to your bookmarks, email to a random person. And now with all this new knowledge, get off of YouTube and go create something.